Hey, what's up? I just wanted to go over the new UI elements that they've added with Dragonflight. These are, of course, live as of today with the pre-patch. And so I just wanted to go over just kind of how I build my UIs. I've have some decent rating experience, and so I've seen how people use their UIs and such, and I have some practical use for how I design it. So I just wanted to go over um, a few things. So off the bat, when I'm assuming when pre-patch launches, you're going to see something similar to this. This is, let's open the edit mode real quick. All right. By the way, if you just hit escape, edit mode, this is how you pull up the new UI and how to customize it and such. So to start out, I'm assuming you should see this modern preset here. That's what you're looking at with the bars down here and the health bars here and such. All right. So let's open it. Now they do have a grid system. You can hide it if you want. They have a snapping system. The snapping isn't as great as some of the other snapping I've seen from other add-ons. So take it as you will. It's still very finicky. It's alright though. So what's really cool, what I really like about what they've done with this is you're able to click on the different frames and it pulls up individual bars to be able to or whatever these pop-ups, and this is where you actually adjust. Usually the add-ons I'm in, you have to work within the UI and it's just not as user friendly. So this is a really nice touch. This is awesome for making custom UIs, and it makes it a lot easier for people who don't want to sit there and learn how to use an add-on. This is a much more simple and user-friendly thing. So real quick, I'm just gonna run through what I would do. By the way, you can grab this and move it if it's in your way, right? So right off the bat, this is just from the perspective of PvE, so raiding or dungeons or just world content, I guess. And I'll start off with player frame. I like to keep these somewhere top left of my character. I still give some room in between. And then I'll grab my target here. I do keep them a little bit a little higher and just a little further away from my character, just because I just personally find it to be not as important. I also like to steer. I right click to steer, and so it gives me a little bit more room on the right side of my character here, where I typically will click for that. Just kind of gives me more room. It's awesome. As well, let's just to show you can these sliders here will increase the size. So if you want to make them larger, make them smaller, you have that option. Of course, you have buffs on top, and I'm not going to cover all of this. You're more just get in there, mess with it. If you ever don't like something, they have these revert change options, and you can always default back to a preset, right? And of course, if you want to save something, you just hit new layout, name it, and click save, right? You can also, it said there that you can make it character specific, right? So actually, instead of going too much into detail here, I don't want to make the video too long. I'll just open up one of the UIs that I've worked on. I have another server that has a different UI than this, but I use a Razer Naga, so it's a 12-button mouse, and I mirror that layout in my bars here. So 3 across, 4 deep, and these are just 1 through 12. These are my shift modifiers for 1 through 12. And then on the top here, I like to keep my cooldowns and my F keys. So I place them here. And these are just self heals, movement, interrupt, and such. So why I structure my UI this way is so that I can keep my feet open. I keep enough space between my bars. Here's my cast bar, of course. Keep just enough room so if I'm standing in puddles and things like that, I can see it. But I do, especially with Evoker, I'm still learning it. I'm still getting used to it. I'm not comfortable enough basically not looking at my spells, and I haven't worked with any weak ores or tell me when add-ons to add in cooldown tracking. I would possibly throw that around here, or I might toy with implementing it around, but that's a different can to open up. just to keep it simple here, I don't like, from my experience with other raiders, they don't tend to like the bars being low because it forces your eyes to be dragged down too much. Now, if you're a player that's totally comfortable with the class you're playing, you don't even need to look at your bars, then by all means, and for me as an elemental shaman, I'll pull those down some, and I'll even make them opaque. I'm not sure if you can do that. You can lower the opacity with this current UI. Doesn't seem so. So unfortunately, you can't do that. But that was with a different add-on. So, but yeah, just some few tips. Just take that into consideration that if you're newer to something, you might want to make it more central to what you're looking at. You know, keep your player frames close to you. I'm not a big fan of keeping them down low because, for one, this is how I track my resource right now. I'll probably find an add-on for that in the future. But I also just want to know what my health is, and I'm not going to monitor it as easily if it's down here. And this is just from my experience. I have probably, honestly, close to 1,000+ hours inside of Raid. So, like that, just take it as you will. But I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. I don't have really any more to add. If you do have questions, you know, let me know. Perhaps I think I can copy and share this if anyone is interested in this specific UI. It's very basic. It's very simple. I'll probably toy with this more. But I encourage you not to necessarily copy a UI from someone else. See if this is a really user-friendly program, whatever, a feature that they've added to the game. And creating something custom to you is going to create a better experience, in my opinion, than if you copy someone else, because everyone has personal preference and everyone just works different. So, but yeah, if you do have questions or anything like that, just drop them in the comment section below. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you around.